Brian's too caught up with her own problems.
What's Birdsworth up to?
Who cares? She's friendly with everybody since the punch-up.
Typical. How much of a threat is Parker?
No threat. Come on, she's so thick she wouldn't even know how to break bread.
Maybe. But if someone with brains were to get behind her, she could be a big help to both of us. Look, keep an eye on Bryant. Let me know where she stands. We can talk to Parker later.
Well, you must be pretty nervous if you're worried about me taking over.
Not at all. I just wanted to save you the trouble of trying. It's silly trying to fight for a losing team.
You're wasting your breath, Stevens. I'm not interested in your power struggles.
Well, a fence sitter. Or are you just going to bury your head in the sand?
I can do what I like. I don't have to listen to what you think I should or shouldn't do.
We were only thinking of you, Bryant. Thought you'd like your stay here to be free of hassles.
The only hassles I'm having is trying to get you lot to understand that I just want to be left alone. I don't care who is top dog, as long as it's not me. Now go and peddle your propaganda somewhere else.
All right, Bryant. But you better keep your head down when the firing starts. It's very dangerous when you're not wearing any colours. Well, we heard about your reputation, Parker. Just wanted to see it at first hand before we took you on the team.
You mean... you got me to bash someone? Just to see if I could?
You did a good job too, Cass. You're just the kind of person we need to run our rackets.
Quick, get out!
You rotten mongrels! You dirty rotten mongrels! You come back here! I'll show what it's like being bashed! You dirty rotten mongrel! You...
And I thought we could talk her around to our way of thinking.
Solitary will soften her up.
Close, you almost killed us.
Trouble is she hasn't got the brains to know when to use her muscle to advantage. A little guiding hand by the right person is what's needed.
And you're volunteering.
If I think it's necessary.
Well, I think it's unwise. Her temper can't be trusted. Any provocation she could turn on us.
Not losing your nerve, are you? Maybe I should put by a little insurance.
Come on, get to the point.
Our little rackets, we're doing nicely, aren't we?
So?
So I want a fair share.
I wondered how long it would take you. Well, the cut stays the same, 50-50, straight down the middle.
That's not enough.
That's all you're getting.
You listen to me, Stevens. You may think you've got it over the other women, but you are no match for me. 60-40 or nothing.
Then it's nothing. I don't need you anymore.
You just made a very dangerous decision, Stevens. Interesting to see how you get by without my protection.
But you just said yourself, I already have the women on my side.
We'll see about that, Stevens.
Ta-da! Hey, that looks great.
You really have outdone yourself.
Well, I had to after I saw what you were cooking up.
Oh.
I'll make some girl a great husband one day, wouldn't I, Mum?
Hey, did Meg tell you I'm getting married in a couple of days?
Hey, it is catching. Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, mate. Look, I'm having a bit of a bucks turn tomorrow night. Perhaps you'd like to come.
Oh, sure, yeah. Oh, that's of course if Jen hasn't organised something.
Well, give me a call and I'll pick you up.
Great. Actually, I was supposed to meet her about 15 minutes ago. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to fly. Look, I hate to run out like this, but well, we did organise it yesterday. I'll tell Jen hello for you, okay?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Scott. I'll give you a buzz tomorrow about the party.
Okay, mate.
Oh, I wish I could tell him all about that girl without all this pretense.
Well, Marty seems pretty sensitive. I can understand why you haven't told him already.
Probably never forgive me no matter how I go about it.
It's not too late to call it off.
Oh, I'm sorry, Scott. I asked for your help and... No. For Marty's sake, I've got to go through with it.
Now, what would you like to do?
Scotch and soda, please.
Hello, Randy. You're looking extremely attractive tonight.
Hello, John Golding.
Life's treating you well.
Just fine, thank you.
Look, Randy, I'm glad I ran into you. I've got a business client coming over from Perth the next day or two. It'd be a great favour if you could put him on your guest list.
Of course, John, any friend of yours and all that.
Thanks, love. I'll be in touch.
And there we go.
Thank you.
What was that by?
Oh, just a friend of my father's.
Fun of the people you meet when you least expect it, isn't it?
Isn't it? I've been missing you.
Yeah, me too. I ran out on a dinner party at Mum's to see you.
She wasn't upset.
Oh, Mum? No, never. Oh, she sends her regards.
I hope she meant it. I just can't understand why she took such a dislike to me.
Oh, well, that's all changed now since you had lunch together. But then again, you'd win anyone over. No, once she gets to know you a bit better, she's going to love you just as much as I do.
Don't make a meal of it, Hunt. I haven't got all day.
Going as fast as I can.
I'm not impressed.
Look, me head hurts.
Oh, that's a pity, because I expected you to be back on deck straight away.
I'm hardly out of hospital. How did I get my name down for something while I've been in here?
Not talking about ordinary duties. You've got more important things to do. Like selling numbers and collecting money.
Give me a break, will you? I don't want to put the fangs into me mate straight away. Why can't Sonia do it?
Forget Stevens. She's out of the game. Don't start asking questions because you won't get any answers. All you need to know is that I'm giving the orders now. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, but don't expect me to go near that Cass Parker dame again.
You'll do as you're told. Because if you don't, I'll be in charge of the beating next time, and you won't be so lucky.
Well, are we ready, Phyllis?
All right, Hunt. Give your answer. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hello. Glad you decided to see me.
Sorry about all that.
Everyone at the house has been asking about you.
Really? And how is everyone?
Oh, fine, fine. Oh, young Rosemary, she went back home with her intended.
You're kidding. Is she getting married, is she?
Yeah. Yeah, nice bloke. Oh, a bit rushed, but I reckon I'll make a go of it.
Well, that's really good news, you know. It's the best news I've heard for a while.
Makes up for all the ones that didn't make it.
Mrs. Morris tells me that they're going to appoint a new head of the house, huh?
I had to do it, Jude. That place needs a woman. I found that out the hard way.
Yeah, well, she said some of the women were trying it on.
It's just one or two. Now, Kelly, for instance. Oh, I'm practically tucked up in bed and she asked to join me.
Oh, she's a stupid cow, isn't she?
Trouble is, I couldn't put it down to my incredible personality. She wanted a few favours in return.
So who's going to get the job?
Mrs. Dobbs, that's all I know.
Well, they didn't waste any time, did they? I'll tell you one thing, I hope she knows what she's doing, because those kids are going to need all the help they can get.
I'll still be around, Mother. I'll keep an eye on things, you know? I think it'll work out. Anyway, it's not going to be long till you're back with us, is it?
Yeah.
This is going to be delicious. Doesn't look much like a wedding cake to me.
It isn't finished yet, you silly galoot. You just wait till we get the icing on and then it'll look really professional.
I had a lovely wedding cake once. It was in 3 tiers and it had cupids and ribbons and rosebuds and you could move the little arms and the bride and groom on top.
Well, this isn't going to have any cupids and rosebuds, but you just wait till it's finished. It'll be bloody bonza, don't you worry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lizzie. I didn't mean to say that this one wasn't going to be as nice.
Of course you didn't. Well, bring it up here, love, and let's put the icing on it. Oh, get out of our way, will you? We're working.
Okay, don't get off.
Now, watch out for that wet floor. Oh, God! Quick, put it on the plate.
Need a bloody shovel.
Oh, shut up, you. It's not as bad as all that.
Sorry, Lizzie, what are we going to do?
Oh, I don't know, but I'll fix it somehow.
Oh, look, stick it together with bits of jam.
I'll do it, don't worry. Just none of you buggers mention anything to anybody what happened.
Oh, we won't mention a word.
Well, it'll come up really well, you see. Oh, here.
Hi. Got time for an old reprobate like me?
Hello?
Just been to see Judy.
How is she?
Down. Telling her that the department's appointed a replacement didn't help either.
Already? Hell, that was quick.
Yeah, I hope they gave it some thought and didn't just pull a name out of a hat.
Oh, I'm sure they'd know what was required. Obviously, they had someone waiting in the wings.
Yeah. Well, I hope this Mrs. Dobbs knows what she's letting herself in for.
Dobbs? Eunice Dobbs?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Then you've got nothing to worry about. I remember her from child welfare. She's perfect for the job.
You mean we've struck the jackpot?
You certainly have. She's got a great sense of humour, but she's no fool.
Ah, that's a load off my mind. Wish I could tell Jude. Make her feel a lot better.
I'll make sure she hears.
Where would I be without you?
You'd manage. In fact, you may manage very nicely once Eunice Dobbs moves in.
Good looker, is she?
Very.
One at a time's enough for this bloke. I couldn't possibly fit her in.
Well, we haven't got much time left and there's still oodles of things to do.
Put that mess away.
Oh, but Miss Ferguson...
We've got permission to do it in our free time.
This isn't your free time, Roberts. You're supposed to be getting ready for lunch.
But we'll never get it finished if we don't use every spare minute, Miss Ferguson.
Don't break my heart, Mason. Just put that junk in the cupboard.
It's not junk.
Don't mind her, Pixie. She just hates seeing people enjoying themselves.
That goes for you too, Stevens. Or are you too good to soil your hands?
But this little charade has nothing to do with me.
That's beside the point. I just gave you an order. Now jump to it.
All right, Miss Ferguson. If you insist.
I insist.
All right, you heard the lady. Clean up.
Up yours.
Listen, Hunt. You still work for me, and while you're getting a cut, you do as I tell you.
Not anymore. You're nothing without the freak. You have to do your own dirty work from now on.
G'day, Sonia. What's new?
You're on kitchen duty today, aren't you?
Yeah, what's luck?
Then I want you to do me a favour. Get me some bottles, jars, anything that's made of glass.
That depends. What do I get out of it?
Oh, don't worry, you get paid.
Okay. What are you going to do with them? Breed tadpoles?
That's my business, Harvey.
Oh. What's got up her?
Well, I don't know, Petra. If you think we should...
She saw what happened in the rec room. She'll realise it's a good time.
I hope so.
Hi, Judy. Do you mind?
Things are really interesting in the recreation room, aren't they?
I wonder what Sonia's done wrong to upset Miss Ferguson like that.
Well, it doesn't take much to have the freak turn against you.
A perfect time for a takeover bid while they're fighting amongst themselves.
Yes, why don't you have a go, Judy?
Because I'm not interested.
Oh, but you were so good at running things in Driscoll House.
And you know these women, Judy, they listen to you.
Look, forget it, will you?
And things are going to get worse and worse.
I said to forget it. I got enough problems of my own, okay?
Oh, Judy,
lay off me, will you, Pixie? Just keep your voice down, Bryant. This isn't your home for terminal dropouts, you know.
Whatever you say, Miss Ferguson, you're the boss. Now that's one for the books, isn't it? A top dog in a Scrooge uniform.
I'm glad you realise it, Bryant. Just make sure your two dummies remember it, too.
Oh, heaven.
What's the matter, lad?
No, it's been ages threading this silly thing.
You probably need some stronger cotton. I'll see if we've got some.
Okay. What do you think about the cake, Lizzie? Do you think it'll be all right?
Bugger if I know. We haven't got time to make another one, so we just have to hope for the best.
Here, made to order.
Oh, Jude, like to give us a hand, love?
Oh, not just now, Lizzie.
What's wrong with her? Try to be nice. Even after all she's done, and she treats us as if there was something wrong with us.
Don't be so hard on her, Lizzie.
Oh, it's probably our fault. We asked her to take over as top dog, and Miss Ferguson got nasty about it.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter now, because when Cass gets back, we'll... Oh, speak of the devil.
You just try and stay out of trouble, right? Oh, yes, Mrs. Morris, I'll be real good. Oh, thanks, Mrs. Morris.
Wait for it.
Oh, good day, Phil. Look, I just wanted to say I'm real sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Yeah, well, I don't really...
Like to buy a couple of numbers, just to show we're mates again?
Yeah, all right. And I'll get them for you later. I can't be fagged now.
Oh, well, that's okay. Whatever you say.
Be fired.
See you later.
I'll get it. Yes, can I help you?
Mr. Wallace, I'm Mrs. Dodds. Well, can I come in?
Oh, yes, of course. You, are from the department?
That is correct. So, this is Driscoll House.
None other. Well, come along, Eunice. I'll introduce you to the other residents.
I beg your pardon. My given name is Alice, not Eunice. But of course you will address me as Mrs. Dodds, as will the women.
I'm sorry, I thought that
Yes, clearly. There's been a lot of misunderstanding in the department about the names, but I can assure you, Eunice Dobbs and I are not at all alike.
Yes, well...
Now, I want to see the records held on the residents here, and then I shall address them en masse, as it were. You'll see to it.
Whatever you say. Please, just come this way.
Come on, hon. You've got better things to do with your time.
Yeah, I was just getting round to it.
No time like the present. And make sure Stevens buys. I think that'd be a very nice gesture on her part, don't you?
Yeah. Okay, you lot, let's have you.
Don't forget me, Phil. It's me lucky number 6.
Here is cash jar, your money.
Makes me sick. I think she'll come good.
But maybe she's trying to surprise her again like last time.
Yeah. Okay, Pixie, it's a lucky day for you. I'm going to give you 2 for the price of 1.
Oh, but I can't because... Well, I'm saving up to buy Petra a wedding present.
Oh, good one. When your numbers come up, you'll be able to get into work.
But I haven't got any money on me.
No worries. Pay me later.
But that's so unfair.
Don't worry, she'll get hers.
Okay, Madam Lesh. Cough up.
Well, well, if it isn't the Avon lady. Such a subtle sales technique, huh?
You heard the freak. Pay her.
And if I don't choose?
You was pretty keen on us buying them when you was running it.
So it's a seller's market.
You made people buy them when they didn't want them, so now it's your turn.
Give it to her, love.
Such a sorry lot you all are. You'll have to do better than that, Cass.
Now you're being rude to me friends,
Cass,
too.
I'll put you in solitary. Oh, God!
See, look what you've done.
Oh, Lizzie, I didn't hurt her, did
Oh,
I?
what do you think?
Somebody call an officer.
Oh, gee, she's not dead, is she?
No, she's all right, but for God's sake, get an officer.
What's happened?
Oh, she was standing up one minute, Mrs. M, and the next minute she was down on the floor. What's going on?
Oh, it's awful, Mrs. M.
She tripped over all that stuff.
Right. Ruth, Petra, come on, help me get her out. Get her to the doctor. You should have let me tell her what happened, Lizzie. I ought to be punished. Poor little...
I'm with you there, Cass. You ought to be locked up where it's safe.
Shut up, it was an accident.
Some accident.
Come on, love, don't take any notice.
Lizzie, you see now why I can't go for top dog. I just do me stack. I'm all wrong.
Don't let it get you down. We'll think of something.
We seem to be one short.
Jilly Hayes, she's out job hunting.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll get to her later. Now, I've had some discussions about what might loosely be called the routine of this household. Quite frankly, I am appalled. From now on, women specified to a specific duty will perform only that duty. It will be performed at the time specified and with a minimum of fuss and noise. There will be no bad language,
And if any of you wants to have visitors, they'll have to be approved by me first.
We never had to do that before.
That's enough.
You don't think you're being a little bit strict, do you, Mrs. Dodds?
Well, it is up to me, wouldn't you say? The department ruling on Driscoll House is quite clear. Smarten up or close down. And while the department appreciates that Miss Bryant possibly meant well, she was clearly not competent to run an establishment of this nature. Now, I think we can rest assured the Bryant experiment will not be repeated.
That's not fair. Judy done a good job. Things work real well here. The way you're talking, we may as well all be back inside.
These changes are for your own good, not mine. And just you remember, Kelly, is it?
Yeah?
Yes, Mrs. Dodds.
Yes, Mrs. Dodds.
Just remember, Kelly, you're not the only ones to benefit from this halfway house. We must preserve it as a haven for all those who follow you. Now, if you're not happy with the changes, you can find alternative accommodation.
Come on, ladies, don't dawdle. Mrs. Morris, how's Pixie? She has mild concussion. She has to stay in bed.
Keep up the good work, Blackie. Good to see the opposition kept in line. Take it quick.
What are you going to do?
Just keep watch.
What are you doing that for?
Will you shut the door and keep watch?
Pack it in, they'll be down on us like a ton of bricks. What the hell are you doing?
Just a surprise for a very special friend.
Yeah, a couple of the guys fixed me up for a high-class chick for tonight.
I'm shocked, you know that. You're talking about you being a doctor and all. But don't worry, mate. I won't dob you.
My word against yours anyway. And who believes a sailor's yarn?
Honestly, so I can go to the wedding and tell everybody about this fantastic pro and no one's going to believe me.
You two and your bloody history. This will put lead in your pencil.
I reckon you'll need it, especially tonight.
Rex, this is Marty Jackson. Marty Jackson, Rex, my best man.
Nice to meet you. Listen, I've got to go. Jimbo's at the crying stage. And the kids are wanting to take his clothes off.
What an animal. What a sobering thought that'd be.
This is really a great party. I'm really glad I came.
I'm glad you could make it. Listen, I think a couple of the guys have got something special lined up for me, so I think I'm going to slip out quietly.
Why? It could be interesting. Maybe your babe's going to jump out of a birthday cake and you're going to lick off the icing.
That's what I mean, I'm not into icing.
Yeah, but what about the cake underneath?
That's what I got waiting for me right here. Listen, I'm going to phone her right now. Do you want to come and listen to her? All right.
Then again, you never know.
Hey! Who polished this bloody floor? Come on, you mongrel. G'day, how's tricks? When did you check in?
Today?
We must have missed each other. I'm Julie Hayes. Been playing up a bit tonight.
That's obvious. Now, I think we better get a few things sorted out. I am Mrs. Dodds, the new administrator of Driscoll House, and you are late in and a drunken disgrace.
Spot on. You win first prize.
There are rules here. It's time you learn them.
I'm a slow learner, Mrs. Dobbs.
Dodds.
Dibs, Dobbs, who gives this stuff? I live how I want to live. No bars, no screws, none of that crap anymore. So butt out, lady.
You have been warned, Hayes.
Don't you call me Hayes, you bitch. Oh, bugger you, Beryl. If you're here, I'm not.
No matter where you go, Hayes, there's going to be rules.
Not in the beds I've slept in, love.
Okay, I'll be right back.
It's got to be. They fixed it up. You really going to get through with it? Yeah, might never get the chance again.
Hello. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, that's all right. Look, some friends of mine made an appointment for me, and they told me to give you a ring tonight.
I see. And what was the name?
Collins?
Oh, Mr. Collins, I've been expecting you.
Look, do you mind if I bring a friend over? He's from out of town. He's a bit lonely.
Sounds like fun. Only the price goes up, naturally.
Naturally.
It'll be $500 all up.
All right. Should be able, mate. What do you say? Oh, come on. What about Jen? What about Petra? Right, we'll be over in 20 minutes.
Good. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And tell your friend I love to make strangers feel welcome in that very special way.
What was that again?
I said I love making strangers feel welcome in a very special way.
Right. I'll just come along for the ride, okay? I'm just not into threesomes. That's not my scene, okay? Right, just meet the lady, okay? You don't have to stay.
Wow. This is a turn up for the books. Looks like good things can come out of Wentworth.
Aye. Look, I hope you don't mind, but I'd like you to meet my friend. Marty Jackson, this is Randy Goodlove.
You bastard. You rotten bastard.
Now, wait, hold on, now, wait a minute. Now, why? Randy's quite well known, Marty, especially around Wentworth.
You and that screw bitch Morris set this up, didn't you? Got your heads together and worked the whole thing out.
Stop it. Why are you doing this?
Why do you think?
Marty!
Get the hell out of here, both of you.
Hey, Marty! Sorry about the time,
Where's
Meg,
Marty?
but I don't know. He ran off. It wasn't very pleasant.
God, I'm scared this was going to happen.
Look, don't worry. He's probably someplace drowning his
Oh,
sorrows.
what have I done?
It's not your fault. You had to do it.
He's probably gone back to the ship. If only I could explain.
Look, why don't you sit down and try and relax her? I'll make you a cup of tea, okay? And he'll be back soon, and then you can explain it to him.
Hunt, get the lead out.
Morning, Phyllis.
Come on, come on. Don't dawdle.
Something on my foot, Mrs. Powell.
Oh, come on, hurry it up. You too, Hunt.
You look tired, Phyllis. Didn't you sleep well last night?
What do you reckon? Someone put broken glass in your bed.
Oh, dear. Any idea who it was?
Yeah.
Then you'd better cooperate with me, hadn't you? We can't let people do things like that to you. You could get seriously hurt.
Freak told me to keep clear of you. I'm not going to get her giving me a hard time.
But I can make it even harder.
Oh.
Joan Ferguson's not here all the time. I am. Do you understand?
Yeah, I'll work for you. Just don't tell the freak, that's all.
You can trust me, Phyllis.
Oh.
Are you all right?
You lousy bitch. Why did you have to interfere in my life? Maybe you like buggering up men's lives. There's no bloody wonder Bob left. I hope you're happy now.
Marty, it was the hardest thing I've ever had to face. I didn't know what to do.
Well, you could have told me straight out.
You wouldn't have believed me.
Bull.
You wouldn't have, and Randy knew that.
She couldn't have. She wasn't like that. Oh, I don't know anymore.
Marty, listen to me. Randy said that I would lose you as a son, whether she married you or whether I exposed her. Now, I went along with that for your sake. Now, I know you had a... God.
Concussion will give you headaches for a while, Pixie, but nothing too serious.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Collins. I feel so much better with someone I can trust.
Oh, hey, great, Pix. Oh, easy, Parker. We don't want Mason staying here any longer than she has to.
Sorry, Mrs. Powell. Hey, how you feeling, Pix?
Oh, much better, thanks, Cass, although sometimes things are a bit of a blur.
Oh, Pix, I'm real sorry. Look, I'll make it up
That's
to
all
you.
right, Cass. I can make my own bed. I'm not that sick.
Come on, Parker. Let's go.
Well, I'll see you later, Cass. Wait till you see what I'm wearing this afternoon.
I'm sorry, Pixie, but you're not leaving that bed.
But I'm the bridesmaid. I can't miss out on the wedding. I simply can't.
Well, you heard Mason.
You must rest, Pixie. It's a precaution.
Oh, please, Doc. I mean, look, she's done such a grouse job on the canopy and everything.
And the cake and my dress. Oh, Dr. Collins, please. I promised Petra I'd help her.
I'm sorry, Pixie.
Oh!
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Wallace.
How was your first night?
Oh, I coped quite well, thank you. I've been going over the staff schedules.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. I've got my routine all worked out.
That's all going to change, Mr. Wallace. From now on, I'll be looking after most of this. Of course, fixing drains, etc. will have to be your area.
Now, hang on a minute, Mrs. Dodds. I've got a few...
If it isn't Godzilla and a little dragon slayer.
What's with you all of a sudden?
Oh, haven't you heard? I'm not good enough to stay here. Just came back to pick up my stuff.
You left of your own free will, if you recall.
As I recall, lady, you came the heavy just because I came home a bit smashed.
Precisely. Well, you're quite welcome to stay here, provided you follow the rules. They're posted up now in every room, so there can be no excuse.
You're off your head, dearie. I'm not about to join a bloody convent.
Look, I don't want to interfere, but don't you think you should go a little bit easy until you get the women's trust?
That could take all year. I'm here to run this halfway house the way it should be run, not worry about popularity polls. And if people feel they can't obey the rules, whether they're residents or employees, they're perfectly free to leave.
Marty? I have to go now.
Mum? I'm sorry I went off at you like I did.
I'm just so sorry it had to happen.
I loved her, Mum. I really loved her.
If you like this now, what are you going to be like when you become a father?
I'm surprised. I thought it was only the bride that suffered from pre-wedding nerves.
But he's giving up his freedom, Mrs. Reynolds. That's not something we men do easily.
Just in time to toast the groom.
Good, thank you.
How is the groom feeling?
Well, would you believe me if I said I was feeling a little nervous?
To the passing of freedom. Oh, sorry, did you want to see me about something?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm on my usual mission of mercy. Pixie Mason said she will surely die if she can't get to the ceremony this afternoon.
Yes, well, she has put a lot of effort into the preparations. Shame she couldn't get permission.
I suppose it's a bit like telling a child there's no Easter bunny. isn't
All right, I surrender. She'll have to get her a chair.
I don't think she'll complain about that. Do you, Mrs. Powell?
it? I'm sure she'll hate the attention. I'll let her know. Oh, Scott, by the way, Meg said to tell you that Marty's over his hangover.
Great. Well, another toast.
You look as dull as dishwater. But you got nothing to touch yourself up with? Oh, I don't need nothing, honest. There. Pink suits you better than that. Just don't bugger it up, okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Ruth, thanks. It's lovely.
Shush, everybody! I want to make a speech. Now, here we have a lovely little bride. Yeah. It isn't often we see anything lovely in this rotten dump. So, here's a little present for you, Petra. From us all. We all dubbed in. And you're a lovely little kid. God bless you.
Thank you, Lizzie. And thank you, everyone else. The things you've done just to make this such a special day. I don't know how I could ever repay you.
Let the doc make house calls.
Come on. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you very much.
Lizzie? Got the bridesmaid bouquet?
Oh, yeah. Do you mind very much if I don't go to the wedding? I don't feel up to it today.
That's okay, Jim. I understand.
Yeah, she's
Just
worked
want
so
you to know
hard,
that-
hasn't she?
Well, I wish you and Scott the very best.
Why don't you stop your rabbiting and you can go and see her in the garden?
Hey, Dinkum.
Dinkum.
Hey, everybody, did you hear that? Pixie's waiting for us in the garden. So, here it is, your bouquet. And just let me straighten you all out before you go out in the garden.
And vowing to each other that you will always cherish that oneness, and yet encourage individuality so that each may grow uniquely loving and so more understanding.
Isn't it beautiful? They reckon they wrote that
Quiet,
themselves.
Lizzie, the best part's to come.
And now, do we have the ring?
Let this unbroken circle be a symbol of our everlasting love for each other.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Stevens, how are you getting by on your own?
I'm managing nicely, thank you.
What's the matter?
Get out and stay out.
Hold it, Hunt! I wouldn't let your feet carry you any further. Now get out and stay out.
You still haven't learned, have you, Stevens?
We're really wasting our energies. I think we'd work much better together. Agreed?
With a 60-40 cut in my favour.
There's no choice, is there?
All right, then. That'll be Friday, 3:30. Thanks, Mrs. Franklin.
Oh,
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Yes. Though from what I just saw outside, I'm beginning to wonder if I'm in the right place.
People generally have only one view of prisons. I'm glad to say it's not quite as bad as they think.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. The reason I'm here is that I've been led to believe you have an inmate by the name of Elizabeth Birdsworth.
Yes, that's correct.
Good. I'd like to see her, if I may. It's a matter of urgency.
Officer Brown, would you go out and get Lizzie, please? If you'd just like to sign that book over there, take a seat. Be a few minutes.
Thank you.
Obviously, a lot of work went into it.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Scotland is so happy now.
Come on, you two. Everybody's waiting. We've got to cut the cake.
It looks so lovely, Lizzie. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah. Well, hurry it up and get it over.
What happened, Lizzie? You forget the eggs?
Yeah. I reckon I might have had an accident, Mrs. Reynolds, but it'll still taste really good. Rightio, everybody. It's time to throw the flowers, but wait there till I get...
Excuse me. She can't see me. Excuse me.
You're right, Lizzie. It tastes wonderful. If I didn't know better, I'd swear it had brandy in it.
Yeah. My own special preservative, Mrs. Reynolds. Cook's secret. Arthur Charlton? I don't know anyone called Arthur. He didn't say anything else, did he, Miss Tim?
No, just that it was important. Well, it better bloody be, because I'm missing a good turn out there. Mrs. Birdsworth, Mr. Charlton?
Not one of those bloody reporters, are you?
No, Mrs. Birdsworth. You are Elizabeth Josephine Birdsworth?
Yeah, why?
Well, this may come as a bit of a shock to you, but I'm your son.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing